guys, welcome to part 3 of my Q&A. Thanks for sticking with me through this. I know there's a larger gap in between videos than I would like there to be, but I'm trying to work on that. When I get home from work, I just don't feel like doing anything. I always close at work, so I don't get home till like 11. So, yeah. So I'm trying to get these up faster, and I've got some ideas for some other videos. I've gotten a lot of requests for TV collection overview again, so that's probably next up on the list, because I kind of botched the last one. I was trying to use a friend's camcorder, better quality, but it ended up, the aspect ratio was all off, and I couldn't be bothered to figure it out, why. But I'm going to jump right into these questions, so hopefully either this one or there'll only be one more part left. I don't want to make the videos too long, so I'm trying to squeeze as many questions in as I can. So again, thanks so much to all of you guys who ask questions, who watch the videos, who subscribe, who comment, who like. You guys all rock, and I hope to be around more, because I've kind of not been, and I miss you guys, and I say this every video, so sorry for being a broken record, but I've noticed lots of new people, I guess newer people to the community, have started making a lot of videos and, joining, so I really want to get to know them and watch more of their videos. So again, you guys are awesome, you rock, and gonna jump right in. Mr. Jami asks, do you like the TV show Monk? Only seen a few episodes here and there. Not really my thing, really, from the episodes I've seen. I'm sure it's a great show, but it's just not, I don't know, not for me, I guess. And I don't really have time for any new shows right now, so, but maybe somewhere down the line, if I catch an episode that really piques my interest, I'll check more of the episodes out and see if it is something I might be into, but as of right now, not so much. Best comedy you have watched? It's hard to pick just one, so I picked 3. We talked about this, I talked about this in my last video. I'm horribly indecisive, so picking one thing is just not an option. I didn't include Kevin Smith movies in because there would be too many of them. So I picked 3 non-Kevin Smith films. First one up, Wild Target. This is one of my favorite comedies. It's more of a dark comedy, and I really recommend you check it out if you haven't. Really enjoyed this film. It's got some great humorous moments in it. Great cast, Emily Blunt, Bill Nighy, Rupert Grint, all very funny. Next up is one of my favorite comedic comfort movies, I guess you could say, and I want to upgrade it to Blu-ray eventually, but it is Bridget Jones's Diary. Love this movie. And next one up, it's I don't own too many, I guess, quote-unquote raunchy comedies, I guess you could call them, just because I don't find them that funny the second viewing, but this one kind of holds up for me, and it's Horrible Bosses. So, yep, and my favorite, I guess, Kevin Smith comedies would be Mallrats and Clerks 2. Those are hilarious. But yeah, Kevin Smith's probably easily one of my favorite comedic directors, so. But like I said, I'd have too many if I tried to stick them all in there. Are You Hot? Actually, no, it's quite cool in here. Let's see. Next up, Darthlexa Tracy. Please go subscribe to her channel if you're not already. She has an amazing collection, and I am super jealous of her TV collection, especially. Holy cow. I have no idea how you find time to watch all of that, but it's amazing. So, you're awesome. Thank you so much for asking these questions, because this first one is one I've been thinking about for a while. That's kind of why I've put off doing these videos, because I've had to think about some of these questions for a little bit to come up with an answer. First question, if you could be any fictional character from a TV show, film, or book, who would you be and why? I'm going to stick with TV, because films and books would just open the door way too wide, and we don't have time for that. Television characters, I've had, probably top 2 would be either Scully, or Beckett, and those 2 ladies have one thing in common. They work for the government. Becca's a detective, and Scully's an FBI agent if you don't watch the shows. And of course, everybody knows Scully's from the X-Files, but if you don't watch Castle, Beckett is from Castle. And like I said, they are both law enforcement officers, I guess you could say. And I've always kind of wanted to be a police officer, detective, FBI agent, something like that. Mainly because I'm so nosy, and I always want to figure stuff out, and it drives me crazy not knowing something, so I think that would really give me an edge there, because like I said, I love figuring things out. One thing I always want to do when I go to somebody's house, and I don't do this, I want to though, I always want to learn more about them by kind of snooping through their stuff, not necessarily look through to find anything incriminating or embarrassing for them. I just, I think you can find a lot about people by looking on their bookshelves or their movie collections, or their CD collections or whatever, or anything, photo albums, anything. That's what I want to do every time I go to somebody's house, but of course I don't do it. And I definitely think, like, yeah, you could find so much out about a person by just looking at what's on their shelves. But like I said, I'm a nosy, curious person, so I think, you know, solving crimes would be a lot of fun. Not to mention, you know, get to carry a gun, I know, and be all badass and whatnot. But, yeah. So, I guess Scully or Beckett would be the top two. Other characters I'd like to be, only for a day though, just because of all the crap they go through. They don't have it easy. But I wouldn't mind being Regina from Once Upon a Time, because holy crap, her costumes are amazing. And just being like the mayor would be awesome. I don't know that I just want her confidence, and that it would be kind of cool to, you know, be the mayor of a town and be the evil queen. Or I'd like to be Kate from Lost. If you can't tell, I love flawed characters. The more flawed they are, the better. They're always my favorite. So, like, that's why I wouldn't want to, you know, be in their lives for too long. Because they do get, you know, life's not that great to them all the time, so, but yeah, those are kind of my choices, either Beckett, Scully, Regina, or Kate. Awesome question, Tracy. I had to think about that one a lot. Let's see. What is your favorite Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episode? I haven't finished watching the whole series again yet to refresh my mind, but one of the episodes I watched a lot as a kid, I had VHS tapes with like 1 or 2 episodes on them each, and I'd always watch Bloom of Doom a lot. Yeah, that's probably the one I'd pick right now, would be that one. And I do like a lot of like the multi-part episodes. I can kind of remember, I just don't remember the titles really, and I just remember a lot of them being about Tommy, and either, I think when he was becoming the White Ranger, or when he was just introduced as the Green Ranger. It's fuzzy, I know, that's why I wanted to rewatch it, but, so we're going with, yeah, that one. What are your thoughts on Disney doing, Star Wars episodes 7 through 9? At first I was like, I really don't want them touching Star Wars, I wish they would just leave it alone. But the more I thought about it, I kind of got a little more excited, because I was talking to some friends and they kind of pointed out that Disney has, you know, they're kind of taking over the world. They're huge, and so they have the money that they can put into this to make it great and not kind of, you know, worry about budget, and the writers and the director, and they can just, you know, go full steam ahead and, you know, do what they want to do, pretty much. And for me, Disney, the name Disney is kind of synonymous with quality. I'm not saying everything they put out is absolutely perfect and over the moon and all that, but most of their stuff to me is really good. And then when they announced that J.J. Abrams was going to direct it, that made me even happier. because I trust him after he kind of proved himself with Star Trek. I did not watch the original Star Trek, but friends of mine who had said, you know, he did a good job, you know, paying homage to the show while still making the movie something different. So I trust them, and I'm excited to see what they do. The only thing I ask is that they have Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill come back, and from what I'm hearing, they're kind of all, you know, open to doing it and are willing to do it, so that's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I want, and I would be happy. So yeah, I'm more excited than I was when they first started kind of announcing it and all that, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to be, you know, positive and happy about it, and I think it's going to be good, and it's going to be, and again, as long as it's better than the prequels, then we're good to go. Okay, next up. TV Fan 742, which Scream movie is your favorite? Gonna have to go with the first. It did start everything. I think it is the best written, out of all of them. But I do like 2, 3, and 4. It is my favorite horror movie franchise, so, I know 3 gets kind of a lot of hate. I guess you hate 2, kind of in the middle, but I don't mind them. I think they're fine. The 4th, I'm glad they did it. Like I said, I wasn't disappointed. And the second part of that question, and do you think they should make another one? Yes, I do, because the 4th one was a little open-ended, and I would like to see them complete this other trilogy. Like I said, Scream is my favorite only horror franchise that I like a lot, so of course I'm all for it, you know, continuing on. Second question, favorite film actor, actress, and your favorite of their films. Actor. I'm gonna start, I can't pick just one. And I'm also sticking to just film, not TV, because we would be here all night long. Well, actually, you said film, so, I guess we're gonna stick with the film. I'm sorry, it's late. Actors, Leonardo DiCaprio. My favorite of his films are gonna be, of course, Titanic, The Aviator. I haven't seen The Great Gatsby yet, but I really want to. I heard he's really good in that. Django, and I know there's some I'm forgetting, but those are, oh yeah, sorry, those are the ones that pop in my head first. Another actor, I know people are going to be like, oh, he's so overrated, but I really like I think he's a good actor. One of the few times I don't agree with the overrated comments. And it's Brad Pitt. And I'm going to say Fight Club, of course. That's what really made me love him. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Thelma and Louise. In California. Actresses. Kate Beckinsale's always been a favorite of mine. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Kate Beckinsale's always been a favorite of mine. Of course, the Underworld movies. She did a movie called Snow Angels. I don't know, I haven't heard too many people talk about it, but it's really good. And I liked her in Pearl Harbor. I pretty much, yeah, I think I'm maybe 2 or 3 films shy of owning all of her films, so I'm trying to go through. Vacancy, I know I had a lot of fun with that movie. Yeah, those are the favorites, but I like all of her films, but she's been in a few, like, those romantic comedies, I guess you could call them, like Click and whatever. I mean, they're okay, obviously, I own them, but, yeah, the ones I listed, I guess, show her acting abilities more than just, like, the comedy ones, I guess. Of course, Elizabeth Taylor. I have a couple of questions asking me about her favorite films, so I'll just wait till I get to those. I really like Renee Zellweger. Favorite films of hers are Cold Mountain, Miss Potter, Bridget Jones's Diary, Chicago. Emily Blunt is another one I really like. I liked her in Sunshine Cleaning. She was great in Looper. Wild Target, I just mentioned. And of course, Kate Winslet, who's been in a ton of amazing films. I'm going to go, again, Titanic, The Reader, Quills. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that one, but that one's really good. And I know I'm forgetting like a ton, but yeah, those are kind of my favorites at the moment. I have a lot more, and I could be here all night, but those are just the ones that pop in my head first. Third question, favorite David Fincher film? I can't pick just one, so I'm gonna have to go with Fight Club, Zodiac, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, with an honorable mention to Seven. And I should have included that as one of my favorite Brad Pitt films, so we're gonna backtrack to that for a second. Favorite Tarantino film? Again, can't pick just one, so we're going with Kill Bill. I'm gonna lump them both together. Django, and I'm trying to pick here. So, okay, Kill Bill and Django, and Inglourious Basterds. And don't get me wrong, I love all of his films, but those are the ones I have the most fun with. Okay. I cannot pick just one, I'm sorry. Next up, we have Michael Davidson. What is your favorite superhero movie of all time? Oh, that's a tough one. I've always said Hellboy. I love the Hellboy movies. And Iron Man. I haven't seen 3 yet, so I'm hoping to go I'm hoping tomorrow. I love the Iron Man films, and by default, the Avengers. And of course, the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm very picky about my superhero films. I've never really been into much of the comics, really, unfortunately, because I know there's a much wider scope. Like, Superman, never really been into. Never really been into the older Batman films. Spider-Man, never been my thing, so, yeah. Favorite movie genre? Again, I have a couple. I like romance, I like action-adventure, I like drama. Those are probably the top 3. What is your favorite Elizabeth Taylor film? This is hard. Probably I'm gonna have to go with, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. That's the one I gotta go with. And I know this question gets asked one more time, so I will expand on that. Because I managed to pick a top 5, so I will expand on that with the later question. But you asked my favorite Elizabeth Taylor film, so I picked one. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Next up, Cabzilla06, Andrew. Would you ever consider making a Facebook fan page for your channel, like some other YouTubers have done? I did not know there was an interest in that. I have a Facebook page, but I don't get on Facebook very often. I just use it to keep track of friends and family that live out of state. I really don't. Facebook is what it is. I'm not really obsessed with it that much. But I guess I could. I didn't know anybody was interested in that, but I guess I could. Have you started reading a Song of Ice and Fire book series yet? If so, how far are you into it, and what are your thoughts on it? I haven't. I know, it's kind of been put on the back burner, because I've got a couple other books I'm reading at the moment, and I started the first one, and I knew I should have tried to read the series, or tried to read the books before I watched the series, because I'm reading it, but I know it differs a little bit. Book, TV show, they differ, but for right now, like, it's really similar at the beginning, so I kind of put it down in favor of another book. But I'm so determined to read them, because I know I want to see the differences between the book and the show, so I'm gonna do it. Do you prefer watching films in theaters or at home? I used to love going to the movie theater, but lately it's just kind of been a pain in the butt, because no matter what time I go, what day I go, I don't know why, but I always get in the theater with people who want to talk. And I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but it does, and it drives me crazy. Not to mention, I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like, the money I spend on movie tickets I could just put aside and put towards the Blu-ray because I'm going to end up buying it anyway. Now, that's not to say, you know, certain movies I have to see in theaters that you just need to see on the big screen, so yeah, I will go to that, but for the most part, I prefer watching, you know, at home, I guess. I'm looking at upgrading my TV to at least a 47-inch, and I hope to get some kind of sound system going. So when I have a nice theater, and when I move out into my own place, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to set up a kick-ass theater, and I can't wait. So probably right now at home. What is your current relationship status? Sorry if it's too personal a question. Not really, I'm single. No big deal, but yeah. Currently I am single. Next up. From the Mastermind, what are some sci-fi horror films you like a lot? Sci-fi, I'm trying to go back. Serenity, of course, the movie following Firefly, the show. I can't think of too many off the top of my head. I like a lot of sci-fi shows, but I haven't watched too many sci-fi films. Sorry. I know Alien is one on my list to watch. I know those are supposed to be really good. And I know I'm going to think of them right after I finish this video, but right now, yeah, those are, yeah, probably Serenity. One more question, and then I will do part 4. Let's see. When did you start collecting, and who inspired you on collecting movies and TV shows? And this is from the Movie Fanatic, 1986. I started collecting probably when I was seriously collecting, probably when I was about 17, somewhere around there. Yeah. 17 or so. Who inspired on collecting movies and TV shows? A lot of people on YouTube did. One of the first people I started watching was Skillish. I don't think he makes videos anymore. Of course, you know, like DVDM and just quite a few people that don't do videos really anymore. Mad Puppet Death, Lori. So yeah. Alright. Okay. I guess movies and TV shows that you enjoy in the 90s? Or I guess from the 90s? Oh gosh. That's pretty much most of the TV shows in my collection. Of course, I'm just gonna make a list pretty much of 90s. I think were a really good time for TV, by the way. Some amazing shows out of the 90s. Of course, Xena, my favorite. The X-Files, Charmed, Buffy, Angel, I'm trying to think, but those are the ones that come to mind first. And of course you've got, like, Beverly Hills 90210, it's classic 90s, oh man, I know, Friends. Like I said, most of the shows in my collection, technically, they started in the 90s. But yeah, those are the ones that popped into my head first. So, yeah. Will you show another room tour? I don't know. I really want to, but I've got so much crap everywhere, and I'm trying to make it look organized, but right now it's just not working. And like I said before, we're working on replacing the carpet, but it's going kind of slow. And this carpet is old, just as old as I am, because this was my first room, and it's kind of weird that I'm back, but yeah, the carpet needs to be changed, so I'm kind of waiting on that, and I'm trying to just get organized, pretty much. So I don't know, I might, but I might just wait till I move out. And I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for all you guys who subscribe and comment, and I will see you soon.